Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all safe. So today I am going to continue with my same lesson, that is history, ancient civilizations of India. Ancient means what? It is a old civilizations. It is in a city or a towns of India. Means first cities and towns of India. So already we have seen that two cities were there, that is Harappan and the Mohenjo-daro civilizations. Those are the first cities of India, and they are very systematically they were constructed. They were divided into the city was divided into two parts. That is, one is in west part, other one is in a east part. One is the west part was at the elevated place, and the east part was at the lower. In the west part, the powerful and the rich people used to live, and in the east lower part, the common people used to live, and very systematically the city was constructed. Two or three storage houses were there, gutters, sewage system and all. So this city was constructed near the Sindhu river. Why? Because the water was used for the domestic purpose and for the irrigation purpose. So doors were there, courtyard, backyard was there, windows was there. Each and every house there were the bathrooms were there. Some houses there were the wells also were there. And the main important thing of this civilization in the Mohenjo-daro civilization city, there was a great bath tank was there. Only special people on the special occasions only they were going to use this, and steps were there, and around that bath tank there were rooms were there, and from the Sindhu river the water was taken to the well. From the well the water was taken to the this bath tank, and from that bath tank they used to used water they used to live in a very systematic manner. The city was constructed. So in the last class we have seen about the Rig Veda period. In that Rig Veda period, the social, economic, political and the religious systems, life of the people we have seen. So today I am going to start with the post Rig Veda period, and the social system of the in this period of the life of the people in this period. So how they used to live, and the main thing, the wealth means what the caters for the wealth and the land. And here the Varna system was there in the Rig Veda period, that is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas and the Shudras. So God created the Adi Purusha. From the Adi Purusha he has created the mouth turns into the Brahmana. What is the work of the Brahmana? Brahmana's work is to do pujas, mantras, homas, yajnas, all kind of rituals and all. And the next one was in a Kshatriya. He is from the shoulder. That means he is a ruling class. He is a warrior. He has to safeguard his kingdom and all from the enemy people. So he is from the shoulders. And the next one is the Vaishya. Vaishya is from the thighs. So he is a businessman. And the next one was a Shudra. He is from the feet. Means important was not given to the Shudra in the society. So now let me start with the post Rig Veda period. So after Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda and Atharva Veda had appeared as a continuation and a contribution to it. These are named after three priests who conducted three different types of yajnas, and that is Kadi is a singer, the priest, and Advaryu is an Adur, and that thing who recite the Yajna Sutras, and Atharvan, that is an Angara, priest of Agni. And Samaveda has taken much from the Rig Veda with a few alteration means what? Changes means the text. The Rig Veda, they are the scared holy text and all. They have written how what kind of life the people has to do and all. Work has how they used to lead their life, and what they did in the from the Rig Veda, they have taken in the Sama Veda, they have taken some of the main important points and all from the Rig Veda, and they did some of the alteration. Alteration means what? Changes. Borrowed the content. It mainly consists of the shlokas. Shlokas means what? Mantras that are recited at the time of yajnas. And Yajurveda had two different types of text called, that is black and white. So here black means what? Krishna. So in this Yajurveda there are explanations about the way of reciting mantras, also has the commentary and discussion. So in the Yajurveda there are two types of text. One is black and white. Black means what? It is called as Krishna. In this, when the priest when the time of yajnas, rituals, homas and all, what he recite, that reciting mantras and all, for that there is an explanation is there, commentary is there, and then do the discussion. And then another one is white, that is Shukla. Shukla Yajurveda has only mantras but no explanation. And Atharva Veda is similar to Rig Veda in the size. In the size means what? In the content, and has taken much from the 10th mandala. 10th mandala means mandala is nothing but it's called as a book of Rig Veda. It is the prose form. It is in the form of a prose. Prose means what? Lessons. And it has used the language of a Brahmanas rather than the ancient language. Now normally Brahmanas means what? Brahmanas language, it is in a Sanskrit language. So here in the text, in the Yajurveda, to write the text and all, they have used the Brahmanas language, that is in a Sanskrit language. And the fourth division of the four divisions of Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and the Shudras that had found in the last part of the Rig Veda as the part of the Purusha Sukta. Purusha Sukta is, it is a man world, and incorporated, added certain changes, became more strong, and Brahmanas used to receive gifts in the form of cattle, lands for conducting yajnas and the rituals, and gained more importance in the society. So here the priest, what he used to do with him. So in the Rig Veda where the priest is called as an Hotu. So what he used to do with the priest, he used to receive the gifts itself. So receiving the gifts means after conducting the rituals, yajnas, homas and all, after conducting that he used to receive the gifts. That gift also should be in the form of cattle, lands or cultivation, cultivable tools and all. And the Brahmana gained more provinces in the society, more important position in the society after the after Brahmana. The second position is given to the Kshatriya. Here the Kshatriya means that is Rajans who were soldiers who trained in archery and could wage war in chariots, gained a lot of importance. So the next position goes to the Kshatriya. Kshatriya is a warrior, he is a ruling class. What he has to do, he has to protect his kingdom, and he is to wage the wars and wage the wars in the chariots. Chariots means what? Ratha, that is horses, with the horses. And the word Vaishya is found here and there, and much importance was not given to the Vaishya because he belongs to the third Varna, and they were placed and kept in the lower level. That is the next the Vaishyas. And the next the last Varna was Shudra Varna. Here the Shudras they are called as Dasus or Dasas. So much importance was not given to Dasus, Dasas and all. They are kept under the lower level. And the Guru, the priest, he shouldn't even see the shadow of the Shudra. They shouldn't keep any kind of a connection with the Shudra. Why? Because they are the lower, they are in a lower position and there is no importance for the Shudra in the society. Means they are just for the sake of the labor. They are the laborers. They are born to do work under the three varnas and no much importance, no gaining, no respect in the society. They shouldn't do any kind of property for themselves and all. They are not allowed to go to the yajnas, not attend the yajnas, homas, all kind of rituals. They are not even to see. They not even to see even the guru also, the one who is conducting. They shouldn't go to that place. They are not allowed to go to the temples also. So this kind of a life the Shudras were leading in the society. No importance for the Shudras in the society. Even the women also are considered as an embodiment. They are useless. That means they are meant for the four walls, for the cooking. No much work, no much benefits from the women in the post-Rig Veda period. That kind of life the women and the Shudras were leading. Just they are living means yes, they are living, and there is no there is a references of dowry. Means the woman has to give dowry to a man in the time of a marriage itself in Atharva Veda, and no proper benefits from the women's the work and the practice of women's child marriage was not there, and polygamy was there. Polygamy means the man he can marry more than one woman. So this was prevailed only in two varnas. That is, it was not two varnas. Sorry, it was only it was only for the rich people, powerful people, the one who are powerful, the one who are rich in the society. They can marry more than one woman. That is called as a polygamy. And the woman could, the widow could remarry. So this is about the social system. So in the social system, what we have seen, the Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras were there, and the Brahmana, what he used to take the gift, he used to receive the gifts after conducting the rituals, yajnas, homas and all. They will be in the form of cattle, lands and the cultivation tools and all. And the Kshatriyas, he is a warrior, he is a soldier, he waged the wars on the chariots and all. And the Vaishyas we can see here and there. So much, there was not given much importance to the Vaishyas and all. There no respect to the Vaishyas. They shouldn't go near the where the homas, yajnas were conducted, their rituals and all. The next varna is a Shudra. Shudra also is called as a servant. They need to work under the three varnas and all. And no respect for the Shudras. They not even see the guru. The guru shouldn't keep, the guru is nothing but the priest shouldn't keep any kind of connection with the Shudra. Not even the Shudra shadow should fall on the guru. So many kind of restrictions like what the Shudra was living. So the Shudra people are dasas and the dasus. And women also was not given much importance in the society, and they considered as just they are living for the namesake. No benefit for the work of the women, but they used to take the dowry. And polygamy was the polygamy. A man can marry more than one woman, and it was only for the rich and powerful people can do. Child marriage was not there, and the widow can remarry. So this is about the post-Rig Veda period and the social system. I hope so you are understanding, students. If you have any doubt when you come to school, you can clarify with me, and I am going to continue with this lesson. Thank you, students.